up.
This is Action News this morning with Tina Patel and Weather First with meteorologist Christian Boris. Take action.
Tina.
All right, thank you, Christian. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. According to the American Cancer Society, 1 in 3 women will get cancer in their lifetime, 1 in 2 men. But Chef Pete Ghione is trying to change those odds by getting people to eat better. Thanks for coming in this morning.
Great to be here.
Well, it's so important to talk about this because nutrition is not only important if you get cancer, but there's a lot of preventative things that people can do just by eating better, right?
Exactly. And really it takes a lot about education to understand what's in your food in order for it to work to your benefit. So I think that for every meal that we have, there's an opportunity there. There's an opportunity to either decrease our health or increase our health and really strengthen our immune system, which is great in the battle against cancer.
All right, let's start with what you should not do. And you brought a very telling example here.
Right.
This is how much sugar?
That's 150 pounds of sugar, which is what the average person consumes in a year. And every time I show it to somebody, they say, oh, I eat more than that.
You know, I think, unfortunately, I might eat more than that. So cutting out sugar is really one of the simplest things you can do to try to be healthier.
Sure,
right?
sure. And you got to understand that sugar is found in corn, watermelon, so there's fruits, there's vegetables that contain sugar as well, refined flour, bread, pizza crust. So sugar is almost everywhere that we look, and it tastes really good. So it's one of the things that we always fall back on.
So you just have to be a little bit more careful when you start making your choices about what's better and pay attention to how much you're actually putting in your body.
Exactly, exactly.
Tell me a little bit about this, because there's, I think, a lot of things that are good for you, but maybe people aren't taking advantage of how good they can be for you. So let's start with tomatoes, because I eat a ton of tomatoes.
Sure.
But you told me maybe not in the best way.
Right. Well, when you're looking at trying to prevent cancer or to try and treat cancer, there's ingredients that are found out there to have a positive reaction with that. It can condition your body to resist cancer cells. It can also help the cells to commit cancer suicide, so the cells will die off before they actually have time to make an impact. And then it can also make your body, by boosting your immune system, you become more receptive to medical treatment.
But it's better for you if you actually cook the tomatoes.
Sure. So there's a long list of ingredients, but these are just a sample of it. The rest of them you can find at cancercuisine.com. However, so this is an example of tomatoes. So you can see the fresh tomatoes, but when you cook them, it brings out the lycopene.
And that's one of those things that's good for you. Now, green tea, you also said, is really good, and I've heard people say that.
Sure.
But there's one thing that people should do, and that's steep.
It's got to let it steep for at least 10 minutes, and that'll kind of activate the good ingredients inside the tea.
And then you said spices also are very important to put in your diet.
Right. Turmeric is a spice commonly found in mustard, curry, but it's a great anti-inflammatory. So it's an ingredient that you can use in your scrambled eggs, for example. You can use in salad dressings, and then you're going to get those anti-inflammatory effects. But however, it's hard to absorb by the body. So if you just mix it with oil or the eggs, it's not going to be digested as well. So by mixing it with some cracked black pepper, it's going to become 2,000 times more absorbable and be much more effective.
That's so interesting. Now, you used to be the executive chef over at the Rio, but when you started learning about all these things, you kind of changed gears. You wanted to share the information.
Right.
So you have a website now, and you kind of share tips through that, right?
Exactly. There's great recipes on there. There's chat forums. There's a lot of features to help you convert to eating healthy, to make it as simple as possible. So you can watch videos on how to create the recipes. There's a grocery list so that you can just print and go to the store. It doesn't matter if you're cooking for 2 people or 6 people. It'll convert and tell you what to buy. And
then you're also this month going to be doing a number of cooking demonstrations over at the Blue Martini. So we want to let people know about that because it's happening throughout the month. And it's more just kind of tips like this.
Right. Well, it'll be a chance to meet me. I can answer all your questions as well. I'll tell you more about the website. But it's a great benefit for the Komen Foundation. It'll be October 5th, 19th, and 22nd.
Well, it's good. I'm so glad that you came here and talked about this because it's something that everybody needs to know. And I know that your mom was fighting breast cancer. How's she doing now?
She was fighting 12 years ago, and now she's going through ovarian cancer, and that's been 1.5 years of chemo.
Wow. Well, so this is definitely something that hits close to your heart, so you know how important it can be.
Exactly.
We appreciate you coming and sharing these tips. And we put all the information about the cooking demonstrations at the Blue Martini and about Chef Pete's website on our website, ktnv.com, so go and check that out. Now we want to talk a little bit about social networking.